Hi guys, it's time for our weekly meeting highlights and my weigh-in and all kinds of other stuff. So I'm glad to see you're here. I'm glad I'm helping somebody, so that's good. I like that I get a lot of views on these, and so I know it's kind of working. Today is September 2nd, 2015. And I'll start, of course, always with my weigh-in, and I'll put that up to the camera if you can see it. I don't know, I always think I can't see it good. Can you read it? I'm hoping you can. It says that I am down 1.6 pounds and total loss 27.8. I've not lost everything I've gained in the last couple of weeks, but at least I'm on track. I was very hopeful that I would be, and I'm very glad that I have been. Get back on track here. I started doing my tracking again, and I tried to walk my 15,000 steps every day, and I did not get that goal in every day, but I did and try very hard and made a very conscious effort. So that does show in the, you track, you lose. That's kind of how I look at it. This weekly, we got a weekly here. It says, hello, my name is Awesome. Yes, you. Even on days that you don't go as planned, you have something to be proud of. So don't let one little thing go wrong. And how are you awesome? It says, I started my Weight Watcher Facebook group, so I'm accountable not only to myself, but to other members. And that really hits home with me, because having started this channel, I'm not only accountable to myself, but to you guys too. I can't very well come on here every week and then just keep gaining, because you're going to be like, well, that's not somebody I need to listen to. So I'm glad that I'm back on track. But anyway, another one is my attitude has changed. Now I focus on good food and healthy choices rather than what is that, defeat and self-loathing. So anyway, and their thing this week is, there's always something in the thing they want you to work on for the week, and it's awesome. Yes, you think positive. It can help you stay on course. So the action plan is write down one step towards success this week and do it. So that's, I'm going to read that later. She doesn't always coincide as normal. Dorothy was great again today. She's a rock star. I love her dearly. And today she did talk about looking for success. Here's a no-nonsense approach. So one of them is, what is it? First one is good healthy guidelines and how badly do you want it. So eat wisely. That was the first. I got a little sidetracked, sorry. Eat wisely and follow those guidelines, and make sure you know how badly you want it, and plan it ahead of time and know what you're going to do and make good choices. And not every choice is a good choice, but if you're most of the time consistent with good choices, you're gonna be doing good. You just, those bad ones that filter in there, just like, don't let that set your day. Just keep thinking of what's the wise choices to make today. So let's see what else. And don't try to, what was the problem? What causes you not to make wise choices? We talked about that a while. And she says, you don't have to conform. Just because everybody else is doing something, you're a grown adult and you make your own decisions. And so what, they're doing this or they're eating that, you can go there and stay on your plan and be proud of your plan and not have to defend it. It's what you're choosing. And they should, most people are not going to bully you into eating a piece of cake. They might say, oh, come on, have a piece of cake. But then you just say, no, that's not on my plan. They're not going to, I don't know who would want to be friends with somebody who would then bully you into making you eat the cake. That's not a friend you actually want to be hanging around. If that's family, well, then maybe we have to limit family. You know what I mean? Like, you want people who will listen to you. You said I'm on the plan, and no thank you, and don't conform to what they want. And I don't think that they're going to bully you into it. So it truly is your choice, you're just not going along with them. You know what I mean? Like, you've made the choice. That's kind of what she was saying. The second point was to attend weekly meetings. Is it important? Is it valuable? And what are the conflicts for you not doing that? Well, I know there's lots of reasons why people can't go to a meeting. Kind of why I'm doing this for you each week. Because I know that, there's circumstances that make you have to stay at home. You have injury. You can't afford it because it's not cheap. I'll tell you that it's not cheap. To me, I figure out how to pay for it because it's like, it's so important to me. But I have that ability, and I'm so grateful, and I'm very appreciative of the fact that I can afford to do it. But I know there's been times in my life I would never have been able to afford it. When I was on my own before I got married, I mean, I had to worry about paying my bills and I had to worry about working and, you know, and saving money. I wanted to get a house, you know what I mean? Like, this was an extra I would never have been able to afford. So I get why people don't go. So, but going, she says, you know, then you have to treat the meeting as important as any other appointment in your book. You would not skip an MRI or a doctor's appointment because you wanted to go to the fruit market. So you shouldn't skip going to the meeting because you got something that sounds really good at that moment. You wouldn't do that with anything else in your schedule. So you shouldn't do that. If you are a person who goes to meetings, you know, that's something you should just treat as importantly as that. The next point she had was think first. Like to avoid impulse eating. So don't skip meals, because then like you're gonna eat more, and that's gonna impulse you to like stop at the fast food, or you know, eat something that you didn't have on a plan because now you're starving, and so let's go in there and eat whatever I can find as opposed to eat what I already had planned. So avoid eating the eating triggers. So if there's something that you do that then you automatically want to eat, but let's try to avoid those if you can. So as some person said, like when they have their cup of coffee, well then they want a donut. Well, okay, change up when you have your coffee so that you're already not, you know, in a time period when you would want to eat a donut too. Like, I don't know how, I don't drink coffee, so that's kind of a hard one for me, but like, you know, and like she said, other people said, well, watching TV. Well, you're not going to not watch TV, but she said, figure out something else to do with your hands. So if you're going to sit down and watch TV, and that normally means let's start eating the popcorn, then let's figure out, I'm going to sit down and watch TV and I'm going to work on a crossword, or I'm going to work on a craft, or whatever it is you can be doing with your hand, organizing yourself, do a planner, whatever. Like, you can still do two things, you know, you can multitask, and multitasking doesn't have to be eating. It can be whatever else you're doing plus watching the TV. Just trying to avoid the triggers that get you to the eating part. And of course, dividing your points for us in Weight Watchers, or any kind of food. You have a calorie intake you're going to be doing. You have however you're adding or following a point system of some sort. You're either tracking calories, you're tracking points, you're tracking your carbs, or whatever. The keto, I don't really know a whole lot about keto. Lots of you seem to be on that, and you're doing great jobs, and I'm so proud of you. But so I really can't speak to that. But I'm sure there's something that you must be tracking in your keto journey that you would want to even it out during the day. Don't overload it at one point, I guess is your point, because then you're just going to go over. Let's see. The last point was move more. And that doesn't mean like you have to go join the Zumba class, or you have to go. Just every day figure out something that you can do, that you can move a little more than the day before. Like if you were walking 1 block, maybe we can walk 2 blocks. Or if you're just sitting there at the, you know, sitting there doing nothing, watching TV, get a couple of soup cans and, like, you know, do some arm exercises. Just add a little here and add a little there, and it'll all add up. And it'll prompt you to do more, because once you feel like, oh God, I did that, and I sat there through the, you know, 15 minutes and did some, you know, arm lifts or whatever, or do leg lifts if you're sitting in the chair. You're just doing a little bit more, and it prompts you to do more. She talked about the Fitbit there, and like that does help me. You know, I see how many steps I am, and it tells me, get up, get moving, because you haven't moved enough. And I have goals in mind, and I try to hit those goals, and it does prompt you. So if you have something like that, it's very helpful. But it doesn't mean like, you know, oh, you're going to have to go run a marathon. Just think about, I'm going to walk around the block. You know, start somewhere and just keep building and adding on to it, I guess was her point. What else? And then she said, take pride in yourself. You're awesome. That was kind of related to like the book that the little weekly reader that we got, that, you know, take pride in whatever it is you did do, like throughout any of these steps. If you went to the meeting, be happy, be proud of yourself. If you did a little bit more walking, or you did whatever it is that you've worked on and you've improved yourself, the smallest little thing, be proud of it, because you're taking care of yourself, and you should show pride in that. What else? She talked about, somebody talking about BLTs, which I thought, well, that's a sandwich, right? No, it's called Bites, Licks, and Tastes. That's BLTs. So you think, oh, I'm just going to take a bite of that, or I'm going to take a lick of that, or, you know, whatever. And you don't think that, I don't need to track that because it's just a bite. It's just she said, make yourself conscious of it. If you're tracking in pen, write it in red. Just write BLT and put a point by it for us in Weight Watchers. Maybe, I don't know, some calories to it. Like, track it because you ate it. You did do something. You took a taste of something and you're saying, hey, I didn't eat it. I didn't eat the whole thing. No, you ate some calories or you took some points. So make sure you track it. And if you do that, then you're going to be less likely to do the BLTs. So, you know, those can sneak up on you. You might be surprised at how many of those you actually do, that you just, you know, take it for granted that it really doesn't count. So, and then she was saying about for 55 and older, you're supposed to start with 2 5 potato sacks and go horizontally out with your arms and, you know, hold it there for a minute. And then after a week, get 10-pound potato sacks and then hold them out there for a minute, and you gradually work your way up to 50-pound potato sacks that you'll be able to do. And then if you feel accomplished and you've done that and you're doing a great job, she says, then start by adding a potato in each sack. It was her joke because it was like, she said sacks, not potatoes. So anyway, everybody got a chuckle out of that. And another little tip somebody had for a snack was they take a graham cracker and they make a sandwich out of it with some fat-free or low-fat, whichever your choice is, or light Cool Whip. Because if you take a little bit of Cool Whip, there's no points to it for us in Weight Watchers, and you put it in the freezer, put it in a baggie, put it in the freezer, and let it freeze, and then it's like a little ice cream sandwich, they say. I don't know. I don't know if I would like that or not. I don't really like Cool Whip on things, so, but that might be helpful for any of you. The total loss for the week for everyone was 51.6 pounds. And then they gave a fruit cobbler recipe, which I might do that one. I haven't done a recipe lately. I did the one and I thought I would do it weekly, and then for some reason I haven't. So I think I'm going to do that. And you know, it didn't say who the author was because it was another leader that had left it up there. So I feel bad, like I'm going to share something that I didn't come up with myself. But I think it's just, they put it up there to share, so I don't see how they would be having a problem with it. I'm hoping that they wouldn't have a problem with it. But, well, hopefully this has been great. I've been on Snapchat a lot lately, and on Saturdays, I think I'm going to do like my roundup of the week, and you can see, because I put things, just little 10-second videos here and there, and I'm really enjoying it. And I found some friends on there, and I like when they send me snaps, which I really, really enjoy. Because it's like during your day, it's like you're texting with them, but like you get to see their face, you know. And like Tiffany from Losing Iftay, and she had her daughter Sadie say hi to me. Oh my gosh, it just melted my heart. It was like, oh, in the middle of my day, I don't even know what I was doing, and I thought, oh, let me look at that. And she said, hi Denise. Oh my goodness. I could have probably cried at that moment. It was very cute, and I appreciated it a lot. And it just shows that these are friends we're making here. You know, these are people who are in the same boat as we are, and we're in the same community, and everybody, you know, she's not doing Weight Watchers, Tiffany's not doing Weight Watchers, but we're still on the same journey. And I feel like she's lost 40 pounds, like doing her method. I'm so happy for her. And you can see that everybody gets happier. And I just love seeing that when and on the snaps, I have people in my family trying to get Sandy to move along on it. She's a little resistant, let's just say. But anyway, and I have my niece, you know, she sends me snaps now. So it's like just in the middle of the day. Well, it wouldn't be me if I didn't have technical difficulties, right? I heard a little beeping and I thought, I wonder what that was about. It was trying to tell me my battery was low. I didn't pay attention. I'm sorry. I should make sure I have a fully charged battery before I start these two. I didn't even think about checking on that. But anyway, I was just talking about the snaps, and it's just a cool, in the middle of the day, you can just, you know, it's not all day, and you do it on your time. Like, you know, you look at it when you want to look at it. It's not like a text where you get, you know, a notification. At least for me, I don't have notifications set on it. So I don't, you know, it's not like it's bothering me throughout my day. So if I have a minute there and I'm sitting even at a light or something, I just check on that. It's like, oh my God, cool stuff. I'm going to put that information down below if you want to be a friend to me on Snapchat. I think I just have it under Let's Get Fit, but I'll double check because I don't remember. Sometimes they don't let you exactly get what you want. I think I was able to get it because it's kind of new. Things are new. And the other thing I've been going on is Periscope. And I've watched so many different scopes. I've done a couple scopes too. I did walking my dog one day, and I had people in there. And I was going to probably share those, I was thinking, but when I looked at it, it doesn't show what they've said on when I saved it. And I was going to, share it with you guys. It only tells me talking, so I look like I'm a little nutty because you don't see what they're writing that I'm responding to, because they don't talk to you, but they send you little messages and you can read them and then you can answer them. And so I look like a nut because I'm like, oh yeah, and then anyway, so I probably won't be sharing those, but you might like going on there because you can look around the world literally at any moment and see something happening somewhere, and people are talking about it, and it's pretty cool. So you should check that out. I don't know that I have a name on that. I probably do. I don't remember. I'll look that up and put that down below too. Anyway, so if you like this, subscribe. If you want to share this because somebody couldn't make a meeting, please do so. And I'm glad I can be of help to anybody. That's a good thing. And I hit the like button because that does help. And leave me a comment. I've been able to keep up on the comments, and that's good. And I'm going to be going on vacation this week with my family, Sandy, and a lot of other people. And we're going to go up to a lake in someplace we've never been before, so that's kind of cool. The kids are looking forward to it. A little last hurrah before we go to back to school, and everything gets settled in for that. So I hopefully will be able to send videos. I'm thinking that they have Wi-Fi. I don't know for sure. So either you'll see me or you won't. No matter what, I will be vlogging those days because I like doing that. I'll do Snapchat too. So if you Snapchat me, you'll get to see it live. But so that I'll get those up there too. I like sharing with my family, and I like my family to be able to see it. The memories that they're going to get to keep. This is like little mini movies that they'll always have. I kind of look at it in that regard when I'm doing that. It's not so much about fitness or weight loss. I talk a little bit sometimes about what I'm eating or whatever, but generally speaking, it's just my life. And that's what I want to put on my channel. And somebody told me, it's my channel. I can do what I want. And I'm kind of going with that philosophy. So I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.